For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. We're glad you are along. Things are moving along in the month of October, and there's some celebrations coming up we want you to hear about, and some new work at the Snug Theater you're going to hear about, and also Deb Johnson will be along, so that's our show for today. But let's welcome the committee, the group from St. Mary's Catholic School across the street, the principal, Mrs. Sutherland. Nice to see you.
Hello, nice to see you, Paul.
One of the wonderful parents, Amber Mullins, and is on the school committee, I understand.
Right.
And down on the end, Deacon Fitzmaurice. Nice to see you. Welcome,
nice to see you.
Welcome all to the Focus program. 110th anniversary, amazing. Talk to me about what's happening across the street at St. Mary's Catholic.
Well, first of all, I can't take all the credit for being the committee because we have Marilyn Pavlov,
Yep.
Doris Rozborski, Joanne Westrick, who have been, and many, many others who have been working hard on this. So we're representing all of their hard work. And on October the 16th, which is a Sunday, at the 11:30 Mass, we will celebrate together our 110th anniversary as a school, which is a great achievement. And the children will process in, and that's always so beautiful to
Yep.
see them, and just to see their example of continuity of something that was started a long time ago. And then afterward, we'll have a lunch, a catered lunch. We call it a big birthday party for our 110th. So.
You brought along a picture. We'll start with this one. If they'll zoom in on this one here. This is the original building, and did anybody have an idea when this might have been constructed? Was it early in the 100 years?
I believe so. I'm not positive, but it certainly is a great example of the early days of our school.
And what did they eventually...
Well, the story is that the school was too small. It couldn't accommodate everyone. So they added another room. There was only 2 rooms in that building, and so they added a room onto Father's horse stable. It was on the other side of the horses, and that was for grades 1 and 2.
That's marvelous. I love the 2 Catholic nuns are in the picture here, and the students all lined up in a row. That stuff has never really changed.
That's
the lines
right.
are still across the street, and when the kids line up very politely in the mornings and the afternoons when they're outside. Now the nuns are not there necessarily with their habits, but they're certainly good teachers there.
Yes, we are very, very blessed with the teachers there, and we're also very blessed with Deacon Fitzmaurice's presence in our school this year. So that's a great addition too right now.
Deacon, you are the new title of Dean of Students. Talk to me about that. What does that do?
Well, I'm basically just helping out as a deacon. I'm a servant, so I'm kind of using that servant role and helping with some administrative matters and keeping the lunchroom under control. And then whenever teachers or kids need a little bit of extra help or
that's
maybe
wonderful
some
work.
counseling, that's
That's
where I
wonderful.
step
And a lot of deacon responsibilities are building relationships with our families and our children, and just bringing joy to our building. So we're really happy. He does a great job at that.
Amber, you are one of the parents. You've got multiple children in the school at this time, right?
That's right.
How many?
I have 2 little girls in St. Mary's right now.
And what grades?
They are in preschool and kindergarten.
Wonderful, wonderful time in their life.
You know, they do. They love it. We just love the school, and we just love that they already know at 3 and 5 years old that God is present in their lives every day. And it truly is reflected with the principal, the deacon, all the teachers, all of the other parents. It's really refreshing and nice to see.
Yeah. How's the school population? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up.
Yes,
but that's happening all over the United States.
That's correct. And also, when you look at the history of St. Mary's, when you look at the graduating classes, sometimes they had 5 or 6,
Yep.
or, you know, single digits, and then, of course, then into the 50s and 60s, lots of big numbers. But we are at 72,
Well, that's a
and
good solid
we're
number.
very thankful for the families that are with us and their beautiful children. Yeah.
There was so many classic names in the 50s and the 60s and on. The Schweihofers and the Westricks and the Zimmers.
That's
and
right.
all those wonderful
Disseras,
names.
that's right.
And the Kletches, you know, those names.
Schweihofers.
Schweihofers.
That's right.
There's some really good names who still support the school.
We are blessed to have many of those families, yes.
Well, we have some other pictures. If Jared will throw those pictures up, we can talk about those pictures. These were sent by Marilyn. Okay, those are just one of the classes there. I don't know if you can see those here on this monitor over here.
That's right.
That looks like just a normal graduating class. Let's go to the next one, Jared. That's pretty. Oh, okay. Talk to me about that one. Here, you got another monitor over here.
Oh, very good. This is a picture of the Blessed Mother, of who is our namesake, and we are very blessed to have Mary as our
it's over here,
namesake, because she reminds us of God's great love for His children, and we have an image of Mary in just about every classroom in our lobby that is just a good reference point.
Okay, and what do we have next? Oh, that's a good picture there.
Oh, that is, looks like from the 1970s.
1974.
Mrs. Dinger was the principal that year, and Julie Cummins was the teacher. She taught for many years there. Oh yes, I see lots of familiar faces there.
Okay,
That
next.
This
look
is-
at
this
for
is a-
Holy Communion class.
Yes, this is a picture of Father Foley with just the girls in the First Communion class. That was
Let's see a
in the
date on it here.
60s, around in the 60s. I think that was maybe my brother's class.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive to think
Yeah,
of the number.
very
You know, that's
impressive.
only the girls, so
Yeah.
quite a few.
Okay, next.
This is Father Lynch with a graduating class.
Yeah, they look a little older than the previous
Right,
picture.
right.
Okay, and there's an early one.
And now that one's a little before my time, but anyway, we have been very blessed to have so many clergy that have supported our school over the years. I want to say that might be Father Kromenacher, a very young picture of him, and he later became a Monsignor.
That's a picture before the City of St. Clair pool was put in. Because you're standing
yeah.
on the grass where the pool is now.
And I love that edifice over the center doors. It's still
Right.
there, and every time I drive up and see that, I think of all the hands and the sacrifice that built that school. Very,
Okay,
very
and I think you have one more, Eric? No, it's not. Okay, well, we'll take that. Well, we'll remind people that it's Sunday, October the 11th at 11:30 Mass. What happens after?
Afterward, then we'll go right over to the school where we'll have a catered lunch. We have tickets for adults for $15.
$15. Oh my God.
That's right.
That's a very fair price.
Our main goal is to get people together to celebrate, and then the children will come. Also, they have a reduced rate of $5,
Okay.
and they're going to do a small presentation. They're learning a couple songs, and afterward, then families and our guests can walk through the school and just kind of take a trip down memory lane.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
it's
wonderful.
very good. We have many memorabilia too that will be on display. So we encourage everyone to come out and maybe find somebody they know or their own
Yeah.
picture. Yeah,
That they might have gone to school with.
that's right.
Deacon, any final words?
Oh, it's just going to be a wonderful event, and nice thing about Catholic schools, since I've been in schools for a little while, is you have that daily reminder of just praising God and loving your neighbor each and every day. So that's a blessing.
And Amber, you know it as a parent and that it's a real family. It's an extended family for you and for your kids.
Yep, absolutely. That's why we love it so much. So we're very excited. We'll all be there, and my girls are especially excited for their songs.
For their songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They won't tell me
Are
which
they
ones.
practicing at home?
They are.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For coming in.
Very much, Paul.
That's your invitation for October the 16th, 11:30 Mass at St. Mary's Catholic Church, and then over to the
The school.
school center and enjoy a great meal and a great conversation with old friends. We'll be back with Deb Johnson in just a second. back with Deb Johnson. Welcome back to the month of October.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasant, smiling face coming to this desk. We're glad that you come.
Thank you. I'm always happy to be here.
What is happening at St. Clair County Community Mental Health?
Lots of things are happening.
First, I want to stop you and say that you just had a big open house for People's Clinic. I was going to try and make it, and I had a conflict. But tell me how successful that was. I heard about it.
It was phenomenal. We did the official ribbon cutting, even
Good.
though the clinic has been in operation since February 1st with us, and they are a partner for this huge grant that we got from the federal government to develop an innovative integrated healthcare model. And we actually met our goal the day before that open house, which was we needed to actually see 236 individuals there that have severe mental illness and a physical health condition, and we actually had 250 that day.
Oh, wonderful.
And so, yeah, so we met the goal for SAMHSA, which is the federal entity that we got the money from. But the open house itself was great. We had a ribbon cutting, Chamber of Commerce was there, Thelma Castile. We had some other important local dignitaries present. It was actually one of the most well-attended open houses I've been at.
Good.
So it was great, and
But does wonderful work, and I just wanted to recognize it.
And just while we're on the air, I'd like to give the additional plug that although we're doing this special partnership to see people who have mental illness and other health care, that clinic is open to anybody who has Medicaid in this county.
Oh, okay.
And you call for an appointment. They're going to expand the Medicaid days or hours somewhat. I don't know that exact schedule yet, but and they also still have Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 to noon, are free clinic days for people with no insurance or underinsured.
Okay.
And so people, if people have Medicaid and can't find a provider, call them up, make an appointment, and you can go there. Yeah.
So if you're feeling bad, mentally, physically, come on and see the people at the People's Clinic.
There you go.
Okay. Now let's get to what we got to talk about here for the month of October.
Well, October, the first week of October has been designated actually since 1990 by the United States Congress as Mental Illness Awareness Week.
Okay.
And the purpose of doing that was to hopefully have advocates and people all over the country promote and educate people about mental health issues in the hopes of decreasing stigma associated with having a mental health issue. Because we know that is the #1 reason people don't seek treatment right away, because of the stigma associated with it. I think we've been doing a lot to kind of combat that stigma, but I think we have a long way to go. So every year, the first week of October, we have a variety of events. Some extend beyond the first week, like our art show. And our art show is at Studio 1219 in Port Huron. And we display art that was created by people who receive our services. That's one of our anti-stigma initiatives. And then, so people can do that through the 15th. We had on October, that was the day, October 5th, 4th? Yeah. It was, anyways, one of the events we had, it's called the Celebration of Recovery Awards, and you're holding up pictures of some of our this year's award recipients, and I would just like to mention their names, because these are individuals who have received services from us, some for a short period of time, some for over 30 years, but they are in recovery now, and they are just doing a fabulous job with their life and their recovery. So our Choice Award was given to Louis Cruz. The Environment Award was Lori Leach. She's not pictured there. She's a specialized foster care provider. She actually took in a young child. It was age 4 at the time. He's been with her, I think, 25 years already.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he's like a part of the family, but the environment is such a wonderful environment, and that is why she was selected, because environment is one of the things that helps promote recovery, having a recovery environment. So, and then our Empowerment Award was Sarah Wenzloff, and the Hope Award was Kathy Vinton, Spirituality was Michael Martin. The Janine K. Award is named after a former staff person of ours who actually was a peer support specialist and who herself had lived through homelessness, substance use disorder, etc. She passed away but she was in recovery when she passed away from physical health care issues. But we named this award after her because she never gave up. And so Marion Williams is a woman who has been homeless for a long time and is no longer homeless and just
Marvelous.
doing great.
Marvelous story.
So we like to share that stuff, and then we recognize a staff person, Carolyn Pringle, and she is a clinician who we say when a person can't hold the hope for themselves because they're so depressed or they have so many symptoms going on with their mental illness, you need to hold the hope for them. And they need to believe that somehow they can recover and get better. And Carolyn does a great job of that. And so she's just one of the best clinicians. And so we wanted to recognize her for that.
Good.
So that event.
It's always nice to honor people like that.
It is. So that's the things that have happened. We also participated with, again, we do this every year with McLaren Port Huron to do free depression screening at SC4. We did that all day on Thursday the 6th. And we do that every year. And if we see, somebody that takes the free screening and they have any symptoms, we provide the resources that they need to get the help that they.
And it's so good to be able to, maybe you don't realize that you're depressed, and to be able to have that analyzed and take a look at and maybe pushed in the right direction or suggested in the right direction, that can really help.
It sure can, because just like with physical health care illnesses, the earlier you catch things before they get so super severe, the better the prognosis, the quicker your recovery, all those things. It's the same true for mental illness. Right. So we encourage people to call right away, and even if somebody's not sure if they'll qualify for our services, we still encourage people to call the Access at 888-225-4447, and because even if they don't meet our eligibility criteria, our staff can give resource information to them for referrals to the community.
Okay.
So we were talking about how important early treatment is and things like that. So not just for physical health or mental health care, but physical health care. And the more that as we continue to focus on the importance of integrated health care, treating the whole person, mind and body, I just want to take this opportunity to promote October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, okay, very good, yes.
Yes, and so people, during this month especially, but really all through the year, encourage women to get their mammograms on time, to do self-breast exams and things like that, because unfortunately, 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer in their lifetime.
1 in 8?
1 in 8.
Wow.
And those are very high statistics, but even currently, the 5-year out survival rate is I think it's over 90% right now, and back in say 1975 it was 72%. So they're making huge strides in the treatment of breast cancer. Prognosis for recovery is great, but again, it's so important to early detection is critical. The earlier it's detected, the better the outcome is going to be. And one thing I'd like to say is that there are a lot of free clinics for free mammograms and other checkups for women who qualify, and there's clinics located in our county along with surrounding counties, and there's a toll-free number people can call.
Okay.
It's 877-269-0822.
269-0822, and it's 877 is the prefix.
That's a toll-free number.
Toll-free number, 269-0822 for more information.
I don't have that quite memorized like our access line, but but people can call that and get assistance if they need that. So, and I know that our local hospitals have special funds. I think all 3 of them do, for women who are unable to afford the mammogram or the other annual checkups. Okay. So those are some of the things I just wanted to share.
Busy place, St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Always got some wonderful programs going for people, and you just really want people to call, no matter what their problem is. Give you a call.
Right. Oh, there's one other thing I probably should mention. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
October's a lot of things.
Okay.
It's also Bullying Prevention Month, and so
Bullying Prevention Month. That is very appropriate at the start of the school year.
It sure is, so we just want to encourage, obviously, not to bully. And actually, I know Sanilac CMH, they did a big initiative called Stop the Bull. And actually, we had some pictures with our local St. Clair volleyball team last year to promote the Stop the Bull. And I know that our local schools, all of them have various programs on anti-bullying. But that's so important, and especially for kids who have disabilities or mental health issues. It's just critically important that kids be respectful, be nice. If they don't understand things, please talk to somebody. But don't, teasing is just so counterproductive to anything. So
the schools try and help, and they really do a great job. But it's individual from the parents to the kids.
Right, it's parents to the kids, kids to each other. I've always encouraged my kids, if you see that going on, you need to stop it or tell or do something, because it's just wrong. It's hurtful, and it can cause a lot of other issues.
Well, we remember a few years ago there was a big rash of suicides of teenagers in St. Clair County, and a lot of that was probably pushed by the bullying parts.
That, and even some of the school shootings, like the whole Columbine thing. Obviously being bullied is not an excuse to shoot anybody.
No.
But sometimes people can't take it, and they do things they would not have otherwise done. So it's just hopefully people can treat people the way they want to be treated.
Right.
And
well, we always want to treat you well, because you always have wonderful information.
Thank you.
We thank you for sharing it with us, and the job that you and your staff do at St. Clair County Community Mental Health.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. The Snug Theater's got a new play coming up. We're going to hear all about it from Kathy Vertin in just a minute. The Snug Theater in Riverbank, by popular request. Kathy Vertin, welcome back to Focus Set. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Paul. Thank you.
Things are progressing in Marine City.
They are.
There's a big hole in the ground.
I know, it's getting filled in though.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hotel there. So.
It's moving along good?
It is. It's moving well, yes. I think the cleanup, there was a lot of cleanup.
Yeah.
That had to take place, environmental cleanup, and that's
your husband mentioned that there were some tanks that he didn't know were there.
There were a lot of tanks underneath the concrete slab, but they're out now, so everything's cleaned up, and that's good for our environment.
And it's progressing well. So
it is.
It's going to be fun to watch that project work, for the next 8, 9, 10 months. So
yeah.
But you're here to talk about the latest play at the Snug Theater, which is called The Actress. Talk to me about it.
Yes, it is. It's a wonderful play, and I'm here with Connie Cowper, who is our...
Hi, Connie.
Hi,
from the
star.
Focus Show.
Thank you.
Star.
Yes, I'm the star.
Talk to me about the play.
The play takes place the last night of a very long and successful career of an aging actress. And she's saying goodbye. She's going off to Switzerland to marry this wonderful, rich old man. And all sorts of people show up to say goodbye.
Oh, wonderful.
And it affects a lot of the things that happen that night. There's lots of laughter and tears and excitement. And
so these are like old friends? And
there's an ex-husband, and there's a daughter, and there's the agent, and the company manager, and all sorts of people who have invested their lives in one way or another in the actress. And her leaving affects all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
on a personal level.
On a personal level.
That's a great idea.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
There's definitely lots of humor in it. And also...
Is it a big cast?
7.
7? Oh, that's
7.
a nice size cast.
Yes, it is.
It's fun to watch how they interact too in the beginning. It's so how it would be in the beginning. They're all very loving and kind to Lydia on her final night, and then it kind of devolves into what her leaving is doing to their life and their world.
To heck with her.
Very funny.
What about me? What about me?
Exactly. Yes,
Okay.
it becomes very funny. So.
Okay, and that's where the humor comes in.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. How about you? You've been with the Snug before in the Riverbank?
I worked at the Riverbank last year in the Mousetrap. I had a much less glamorous role of Mrs. Boyle.
You were wonderful.
Oh, thank you. So I'm very excited to be back in Marine City. And I love Marine City.
The Snug is such a great little theater.
Yes.
And it's probably for an intimate play like this, it's even better, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's up close and personal, and they see everything.
Is there music, singing? No, it's
No
just...
singing. This is a straight play, and
Okay.
and
There's a lovely sound design, though. There's some beautiful music that's in the background of the story, but
Her
not
dressing
a
room,
musical.
Her dressing room is a sight to see. You would believe that this woman had been in that dressing room for every
Forever.
bit of 30 years with everything that's in there. So it's
true.
it's really a fun show.
Is it a long show?
What's it running about? An hour?
Probably
45?
about, there's an
So about
intermission,
normal.
about 90 minutes.
About the normal,
Yeah.
normal play. But it's starting the weekend that we're recording this, October the 7th, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And it runs through October the 23rd, a Sunday. There's performances at 7:30 on the weeknights, or on Thursday, Friday.
It's Friday, Saturday,
Friday, Saturday.
evenings at 7:30 and Sunday matinees at 3 p.m.
Okay?
And we have one Saturday matinee in the mix as well.
Okay.
Just in case somebody wants to come out on a Saturday and walk around that beautiful little town and have a bite of food. And
It's
come on in.
it's just a live town. It's just it's growing every minute. You've got some other things coming up later in the season. We're gonna have you back here to talk about a couple of them.
great.
One's called the Hometown Holiday on Air. What's that?
It's a 1940s style music review, and that is in November at the Snug Theater, and it'll have a holiday spin. And then we have a Christmas Carol, the musical, at the Riverbank for Christmas, for the holidays.
You had the opportunity to attend last year the Miracle on 34th Street, and that was sold out week after week after week, wasn't it?
It was. It's I think those familiar Christmas shows, you know, people love them, and I think they really turn out in droves to come and see them. So get your tickets early.
Okay. But the actress, have you done this kind of a play before yourself?
I've done lots of different kind of work. I work in the Detroit area a lot. The last show I did before this was My Fair Lady.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
I played Mrs. Higgins. The show before that was Agnes of God, and I was a nun.
Okay.
So that was.
Please pray for
so I
Kathy
did,
and I.
Okay.
We're very fortunate to get Connie out here
So-
because she has been acting and is a very well-known actress all around Metro Detroit. So, and
Thank
I
you.
keep saying, it's the truth, that the level of talent that we're drawing into our theater, it amazes me. We are really blessed that people like Connie will drive a long distance to do this thing that she loves,
yes.
acting, because it really raises the level of quality in our productions to a level that we couldn't have hoped for. I mean,
Well, thank you.
That's
it's
very
true
nice.
though.
Very
it's
nice.
true.
yeah.
She's-
But it's a pleasure. It's really a pleasure to work at the Snug and the Riverbank. Not just the people who run it, but the town. I mean, it's just, when I drive down that street and see those freighters going by, I mean, it's just beautiful. It's
unique.
just beautiful being here.
Very unique.
It really is. I
Very
really
nice.
love it.
Well, it's called The Actress, and you are the lead. We are glad that you are here today to talk
Thank
to us
you.
about it.
And I
Runs-
have to say on this show, I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No,
but
no, that's fine.
men shy away
Just like
from
being at home.
Oh, I love it. Men shy away from theater, especially straight plays, often. And there's a lot of male humor in this. There's a
Okay.
lot of humor that just because it's called The Actress doesn't mean that they won't enjoy it. So
Good
I
point.
tell the
Very
women,
good
haul
point.
your husbands out to the theater. They'll enjoy it more than they think they will.
Okay, very good. Very good. That's a very good
Okay,
point.
sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
no,
sorry.
no. That's a great point. And I think there's still numbers of people that haven't been to the Snug.
I know.
They've been to the Riverbank but this would be
Yeah.
a great opportunity for them to come and see a nice play.
Yes.
And, as you say, bring the guys.
Yeah, bring
Oh,
them
yeah.
out. Bring them out for the evening.
Okay. Very good.
Great.
So
Thanks.
it's on now through the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd.
Yes.
Performances on Friday and Saturday, and one matinee on Sunday, right? Or Saturday matinee. I'll get this straight.
Yep.
But in any event, it's worthwhile coming to the Snug. You can go to the riverbanktheater.com
Yep.
for all the information, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, there's box office there, or they can call us on 810-278-1749, and I'll be answering that phone and booking those tickets.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Great
too.
4 or 5 legs. Kathy,
Thank
nice
you.
to see you next month when we talk about Hometown Holiday on the Air.
Yep, thank you, Paul.
Good. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Paul Damon. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.